Big addition.
What's up, you guys? TechChucker here, and I've got a review today of the NECA Toys Emissary Predator Ultimate Action Figure. Now, I found this at my Target store just yesterday. Super stoked to finally have it. We've seen so many product pictures of it, and now to finally have it in hand, I am super excited. So, we are not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open and take a closer look. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the articulation. Pretty much we've seen all of this articulation before. So his head is on a ball peg and he's able to look up a fair amount once, it starts pushing down a little bit, but he can get his face up a decent amount. He can get his chin all the way down, which is good. He's got good side-to-side motion, but just know that the shoulder pad pieces are going to start getting in the way, and it's going to start pushing his face up a little bit. He has good tilt. Really nice tilt. That's very good. So great articulation in the neck. In the shoulders, he's got the standard ball hinge, and this one is a little bit more limited. He can't really get his arm out that much. I'm not going to pressure it or force it. This one goes up a little bit more. It could just be that I'm not brave enough to try it on this one, but he can get this one out about that far. He's got full rotation of that shoulder, no upper bicep swivel, but there is a swivel at the top of the wrist. There's also a swivel at the top of the forearm as well. He's got double jointed elbows. Be careful with these. Make sure you heat them up. I had to heat mine up quite a bit, but those double jointed elbows go pretty much all the way in half, which is awesome. Again, like I said, the forearm swivels. There is a hinge and a peg joint in the wrist. He's got good range of motion there. We've seen all of that articulation before. Down in the torso, he's got that standard, what I believe to be a double ball peg in the torso. He's able to crunch forward a pretty good amount. I mean, that's actually pretty decent just with that top one. And then he's able to arch his back a fair amount when you add in the lower torso or the waist swivel as well. That one gives him quite a bit of range of motion. He is able to crunch side to side a pretty decent amount. That's not too bad. And then he is able to swivel at that upper torso as well. Down in the waist, he also has a ball peg and he is able to crunch a fair amount. So when you add all of that together, let's hope that we don't break it. He's able to bend over quite a bit, which is pretty good. And then he's got a decent back arch, which is pretty nice. In the hips, he's got T-jointed ball joints, and he can pretty much, he can do the splits. That's awesome. He can kick forward about 90 degrees. The one thing to note is, as with almost pretty much all of the Predators, these legs, they kind of move together and they get a little bit loose. So just be aware of that. He does have a thigh swivel right at the top of the thigh. That works good. He can kick back about this far, which is pretty darn awesome. I'm pretty pleased with that, but I am noticing this is really getting loose. Come on, NECA. Your quality control on these is getting a little bit questionable. Down in the knee, he has a swivel at the top of the knee. He's got double jointed knee joints, and those bend all the way in half, which is awesome. And then down in the ankle, he has that standard ball peg. Not real impressed with this. It goes back about this far. It goes forward really only about that much, which is pretty disappointing. And then the ankle rocker is, it's okay. Yes, it does swivel. So overall, the articulation's all there. I have found that this guy is just a little bit difficult to stand and keep standing. He seems to always be just a little bit off kilter, but that could just be mine. Okay, so sculpt and paint wise, this thing is really, really cool. The purple and silverish look throughout is just really nice. But the one thing that I love the most is the camouflage outfit. Now, if you're not familiar, I did a little bit of research on this character. This character, as far as I can tell, was actually cut from the movie, from the, 2018 movie. And essentially this emissary, it was kind of like a scientist sort of character. So that's why he's a little more slender, and I don't know what his part or role was really going to be, but he was cut from the movie. That there was 2 of them, I think. There was this purple one and another one. I forget. He was maybe a little more green. That's all I know. So if somebody else knows a lot more in the comments, let me know, because I don't remember seeing this one in the movie, but it looks so cool. The paintwork that they did on this camouflage is really, really good. I want to get a little bit closer in here so that we can look at this face and just look at the detail work that they've got on this thing. Really nicely done. I just think that Neca did a really good job. The dreadlocks, pretty much we've seen these dreadlocks, pretty standard for the fugitive predator look. Just look at all of the sculpt work, all of these little pouches, really looking good. They look awesome. Neca just did a really good job. You've got some really nice paint work on the hands, on the tops of the hands. Just most everything has a little bit of, at least a little bit of paint somewhere. The only complaint that I might have with the sculpt is because of this chest piece and the shoulder pieces, it makes him look like he's really shrugging, like he has no neck. And I get it. It's just the way that this is built. It makes it look like he's got no neck, but it just looks a little funky. So I don't know. That's probably just me. And, there's not much you can do about it, but the rest of this thing just is superb. I mean, they've painted some camouflage on the elbow pads. There's just so many details that it is just so cool. I mean, this little pouch thing, it feels like it could come off, but it is actually pegged or glued on, but it's kind of a soft plastic. Just awesome job. There's wrinkles in the pants. Good Lord, Neca, you guys did a great job on the sculpt on this. And let's do a quick measurement just to see how tall this guy is. And he is coming in at about 8.5 inches tall. Pretty well standard. We'll throw in some comparisons here. Here's the fugitive predator with his helmet on. He looks like he's just about a little bit taller, not by much. And then we'll throw in the city hunter predator here. Yes, it looks like City Predator might be about the same height, maybe a little bit shorter. And then we will throw this big boy in, see if we can get him in here just so that everybody can see how amazingly huge this guy is. Towers over him, doesn't even fit all the way in the screen. And then, of course, the Marvel Legends Deadpool. Whoa! We'll just put him in front here. You can see Deadpool is about 6.5 inches tall. So there you have it. There is the scale for your Emissary Predator. The Emissary Predator comes with a decent number of accessories, and the first one that he comes with is this alternate head. And I have to say, this head is okay. It looks a lot like the Fugitive Predator's helmeted head. I like it. It's nice. I like the purple. You can see his skull or his actual head underneath. It's just, we'll see what I'm talking about when we put it on the figure, but something about it is off. But the sculpt and paintwork on this thing is actually really, really well done. So the head just pops right off. Oh, and the alternate one. Now, the one issue is this hair is definitely, you're going to have to try and heat that up so that you can get it to kind of, when they put it in the package, it just, they squish it and then it stays in that squished position. Okay, there we go. I'm going to say I'm not as big of a fan of this particular head sculpt. It just doesn't quite feel like it matches. I get that it's pretty close to the Fugitive Predator helmet, but I don't know. It doesn't quite work for me, so I'm probably going to continue using this head instead. It just looks like, one, it's too big for the body or something. I don't know. Maybe it's the color. I don't know. What do you guys think of this helmet? Does it work for you or no? So the other accessories that he comes with, he gets 2 additional sets of hands, and then he comes with this machine gun rifle, which is pretty darn awesome. We'll start with the hands. These alternate hands, we've got a set of fist hands, and then we've got a set of gripping hands, and we'll show you how he can hold this gun in just a second. But these are really nicely painted, very nicely sculpted. I really like this. So overall, he's got a total of 6 hands. Now, the most amazing accessory really is this rifle. And this thing is amazing. It is sculpted so well, and it is painted even better. You can see the bullets inside here are actually painted. Now, I don't know what this thing would be called because it's just kind of like a bag. So I don't think it's called a clip, and I don't think it's called a magazine. So someone in the comments let me know what this would be called. I don't even know if this is realistic, but anyway, the paintwork on this is really nice. I like the silver, I like the black, I like that this is green. Obviously, we already showed these are painted, the bullets are painted. Just a really overall great looking gun. Now, I can't remember if the Hunter Predator from the arcade series had this. I don't think it had the same exact gun. It's pretty close. It didn't have the bullets with the bag. So, but I think it's, no, because it didn't have a butt quite the same. But very similar in style, but this gun I like way better. It's just an overall really awesome looking gun. Here he is with the gun, and I have to say I'm really digging this. It looks so cool. Overall, this figure is so awesome. The one thing that I'm noticing he doesn't have is he doesn't have any wrist blades or anything like that. No smart discs. But I think I'm okay with it because this gun is so cool. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment. What do you think of this figure? And until next time, I will see you later.